Welcome once again to vector. We have done part 1 of vector. Here now is part 2. And our part 2, you are going to consider some type of questions that has been really a challenge to you in your lifetime. Majorly, we are going to focus on our Examguide app using past questions. Okay, look at the first question. 4 vectors R equals alpha I plus beta j, where alpha and beta are positive constants, then S is 2i plus j, 2i plus j, M equals 3i plus 2j, and N equals I plus j. Now the next thing are such that the magnitude of R is 3 times as S. Okay, magnitude of R, that is R magnitude equals 3 times as magnitude of who? S. Can you see that I've just expressed that statement now? Because one thing in word problem is your ability to understand what they are talking about, then apply with the knowledge you have on that particular thing. You know, when somebody is saying 3 times something, it means 3 multiply that particular thing. Recall that we were given how many vectors? 4. Look at them. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one is balanced. The next statement, the magnitude of R is 3 times the magnitude of S. Where is S? Look at it. Now let's think about the magnitude of R. Magnitude of vector, as you can recall, is simply what? Square root of I squared plus j squared, okay? That is magnitude R. What are the coefficients of R? Alpha and who? Beta. Alpha squared plus beta squared equals to 3 multiplied by square root of S. What is our S? 2 squared plus 1 squared. To give us what? Alpha squared plus beta squared equals 3 sod 4 plus 1 square root of alpha squared plus beta squared equals 3 sod 5. Okay? The next level here now, we are going to take the square of both sides, taking square of both sides. That is, I have square root of alpha square plus beta square, all square equals 3 sod 5 all square. Meaning I have alpha square plus beta square here now because I have undressed this alpha and beta. I have removed the quote. Now I want to remove quote from this side, meaning 3 square times 5. That is alpha square plus beta square equals to 9 times 5. That is alpha square plus beta square equals 45. Equation 1. You come down first. You have achieved one part of this question. This is part 1 solution. We have to think again. There is another instruction given to us. We are told that R, that is S, is what? Parallel to the vector M. S is parallel. Okay, R is parallel. R is 3 times the magnitude of S and is parallel. That is, R is parallel to this. Okay, recall that in R, since we are talking about constant for alpha, we have that R equals parallel to M minus N. That is to say, if R is this, we're going to introduce a constant alpha I plus beta I j equals M minus N. What is M minus N? S3I plus 2J minus I minus J, okay? So I will have here 2I plus J equals this. So since I have my constant K, alpha I plus beta J, because without introduction of this constant, I cannot achieve anything here. What we're going to achieve, we're going to see alpha this. That is to tell you that here now alpha equals 2. Just direct. It means we are not solving for anything. So here now, I want to multiply out K alpha I equals 2I. By comparison, I call it equation 2. Also, K beta J equals to J, equation 3. Coming to this side, by comparison, I have that alpha K equals 2, so that my K will be 2 all over alpha. Good. I call it equation 4. It's my choice. Then KB is also K beta equals 1. So that K here equals 1 all over beta. I call it equation 5. So from equation equation 4, I have K equals this. Equation 5, I have K equals, they are all KK, meaning 2 all over alpha equals 1 all over beta. If I cross multiply, alpha equals 2 beta. You call it equation 6. Recall that alpha and beta has been existing on this Y. Where are they? In equation 1, they were existing. So what is alpha? Alpha equals 2 beta, meaning 2 beta all square, because it will carry square here, plus beta square equals 45. So 4 beta square plus beta square equals 45. This is 5 beta square equals 45. Dividing through by 5. I don't like using the word dividing through. You can equally say just multiplying both sides by the multiplicative inverse of what? 5 beta square, which is 1 all over 5, which is this, equals what? 9. Now taking the square root of both sides, beta equals 3. Now we are solving for alpha. Alpha here is going to give us, recall, alpha square plus beta square equals 45. If beta is 3, I have alpha square plus 3 square equals 45. I have alpha square plus 9 equals 45. Alpha square equals 45 minus 9. Alpha square equals what? This is 36. Now taking square root of both sides, alpha equals 6. If you don't like this, no problem. You can say recall that 2 all over alpha equals 1 all over beta. Am I communicating? Yes. So 2 all over alpha equals 1 all over beta. Who is beta? Beta is 3. Then what will happen? Alpha times 1 equals 2 times 3. Alpha equals 6. No, so they are the same. 6. You can pilot your affairs however you want it. If I feel like I'm not satisfied, I can go back and recall another thing. What am I going to recall? Recall that alpha equals what? 2 beta. Who is beta? 3. 2 times 3, 6. Is it the same? Yes. Now let us take a look at another question under this vector. But take your time to watch this video very well and learn it. It's not just watching it. Learn the protocols that are involved in that question. Let's take a look at another question here. Okay, looking at the next example here, the initial velocity of a particle of mass 0.1 kg is 40 meters per second in the direction of the unit vector. Full stop. Then the velocity of the direction changed to 30 meters per second in the direction of the unit vector. Find the change in momentum. Okay, this is physics-like question. Like I said before, you can never avoid velocity in a vector. In physics, we know that F equals m bracket V minus U all over T, whereby an impulse, which is Ft, equals M into V minus U. Recall that impulse is also the same thing as what? Change in momentum in physics, meaning that change in momentum equals what? M into V minus U. Good. Now, let us bring back our attention to what? Further mathematics. It is not pure physics, though. The knowledge of physics is very important for us here. What do? We'll have M1 mass equals 0.1 kg. Final velocity 30 meter per seconds. Initial velocity is 40 meter per seconds. Now, change in momentum, meaning change in momentum equals M into V minus U. Because it's vector we are dealing with, you have M into VI minus UJ, okay? So this will give us mass 0.1 into VI minus UJ. That is 0.1 VI minus 0.1 UJ. So what is our final velocity? Final velocity is what? 30 meter per second, 0.1 times 30 into I minus 0.1 times 40 into J. This will give us what? 3I minus 4J. Now, magnitude of this vector means the magnitude of change in momentum, this is magnitude now, equals root IJ, I square plus J square. That is 3 square minus 4 square equals 9 plus 16. This is what? Root 25. What is the square root of 25 is what? 5. What is the unit of momentum? That's kilogram meter per seconds. Because what? Momentum is what? The product of mass and what? Kilogram per seconds. That's kg per seconds, where this is what? M, then seconds is dealing with time. Okay, even watching from here, you can see that time is involved. Here mass is kg, then acceleration here is what? Meter per second square, then divided by seconds. This will give us kilogram meter per seconds. This is what I did now. I didn't remember the units, but I have to go back to formula and derive the SI unit. Most of the times when I see some of you struggling to know the SI unit of a given quantity in physics, you simply go back to your list. You know that F equals to M into V minus U all over T. Now watch out what I did. MV this. That is mass is kg. Y velocity is what? Meter per second square. What of time? Seconds. Now I want to combine my formula. This is kg meter divided by who? Second square dot all over another seconds. That's just the meaning, because this per means all over. That is kg, kilogram meter. This against this, it will remain 1 second. That's kilogram meter per second. So the unit is what? 5 kg/meter per second is what? Change in momentum. So at that point, you now know that you are done solving that particular question. Let us still consider another type of question. Look at what we have here. Find in component form the unit vector along A minus B. A minus B. Okay. You look at A, given that A is this and B is this. Thinking about component form in vector, we want to consider component form of vector is expressing a given vector in form of who? I and J. Expressing this in the form of I and J will simply implies that we are going to divide this formula whereby RF, that is resultant force, equals F1 sine theta cos theta plus F2 sine theta cos theta plus Fn into sine theta cos theta. ... You can continue. Now some people are still making an argument about this formula. If cos will come first before sine, but if you watch an advanced level, you can know that it is what? Sine theta before cos theta. Now, the first one here is A. If A equals 4 Newton 060 degree, the component form of A would mean that is F1. Now only one force is here. So resultant force of A equals, okay, implies F into sine 60 degree cos 60 degree. To give us what now? This is 4 sine 60. That is I part. Let me include I, then 4 cos 60 J. This is what? 4 times root 3 all over 2 I, then 4 times 1 over 2 J, to give us what? 2 root 3 I plus 2 J. This is for A part. Now, talking to B part, I'll have that B equals what? 3 Newton, 120 degree. Good. I will have that resultant of B equals 3 sine 120 degree, 3 cos 120 degree. Okay, by cast rule, if you remember your quadrant, thinking about cast rule, this is cast rule, first quadrant, second quad, 120 falls here in second quadrant, meaning theta implies what? 180 minus theta. So, sine theta is under positive. How? This is minus S, this is Y, this is Z. Sine theta means opposite all over hypotenuse, which is this equals sine theta. Can you see it's under positive because this side is what? Positive Y, while this side is negative. So now adjacent all over hypotenuse equals to cos theta, meaning cos is at the negative part of this. So to complement what we're about to solve, it means that our real theta equals what? 180 degree minus 120, meaning 60 degree. But recall, you must apply these signs here when you are writing the solution. So what do you do? Look at what you're going to do. This equals 3 times who? Sine 60. I'm no longer saying 120, meaning root 3 all over 2, because it's the same thing as what? Sine 60. You can punch your calculator wherever you are. You can see that sine 120 and sine 60 degree, it will give you the same value. So 3 cos 120 mean 3 times minus 1 all over 2. Reason, cos theta is minus the second quadrant. Y sin theta is what? Positive. So to create our answer, now this is I, this is J. This will give us what? 3 root 3, or 3 sub 3 all over 2I, then minus 3 all over 2J. But the question is what? Find A minus B. Can you see the question? A minus B. WAEC, they are technical in their further maths questions. So A minus B now implies 2 sub 3I plus 2J minus bracket 3 sub 3I all over 2 minus 3 all over 2J. The journey has started here. This will give us 2 sub 3I minus 3 sub 3I all over 2, okay? Then plus 2J minus minus plus 3 all over 2J. So I want to conclude now. 2 sub 3I minus 3 sub 3I all over 2 will provide us with 4 sub 3I minus 3 sub 3I, okay? Still all over 2 plus this coming here, that's 4J plus 3J all over 2. Then I want to finalize the solution. 4 sub 3I minus this is what? Sub 3I all over 2. Then also is this. This is plus, and I say plus 4J plus 3I is what? 7J all over 2. So in component form, A minus B equals what? Sub 3I all over 2 plus who? 7J all over 2. This is the final answer. A minus B equals what? Sub 3I all over 2 plus 7J all over 2. So that's the solution to this vector question. So remember, you are dealing with what? Component form. So care must be taken while you do that. Let's take one more question. Okay, P and Q are the points 3, 1 and 7 respectively. Find the unit vector along PQ. Along PQ. Okay, now we have done unit vector before. Let me write the formula once again so that on your own you now summarize the unit vector. Recall that unit vector equals vector all over magnitude of the vector. So what we are going to do here, since the set along PQ, it means that triangle we normally draw in position vector, you must draw it. This is P, this is Q, this is O. You create it this way, okay? Now, where is your P? That's 3I plus J. Where is your Q? 7I plus 4J. So you are looking for PQ. So PQ now equals OQ minus OP. That is 7I plus 4J minus 3I minus J will give us 4I plus 3J. Now, the unit vector, meaning vector itself, all over magnitude. What's the magnitude of this vector? Magnitude equals 4 square plus 3 square. This is 9 plus, that's 16, that's 25. Square root of 25 equals what? 5. So, the unit vector now implies that 1 all over 5 multiplied by who? 4I plus 3J. So, once again, I want to welcome you and say, God bless you, but remember to subscribe to our channel and take your time to go through all of things we have so that you can help yourself.